Hi everyone, Nora here. Hope you're all doing okay. So this is the story about King Ravana. So King Ravana was from Lanka and he fell in love with Queen Sita. So Queen Sita was the wife of Rama. So Rama was her husband and her god. King Ravana was a person of many different faces. They say around 10 faces. So on one day he would be one thing, on another day he would be another thing. So it was hard to know which way to take King Ravana. Well, King Ravana fell in love with Sita and he felt he had to have her. So she didn't want to be with him, so he kidnapped her and he took her off to Lanka. So when he brought her to Lanka, he showered her with gifts. He gave her lots of love. He did everything for her, but she just could not love him. And she told him that he was holding her prisoner and she felt trapped and she felt imprisoned and she would never love him, that her heart would always be with Rama because Rama was her husband, her love, her God. So day in, day out, she prayed for Rama to come back. She tried to connect with Rama in her heart. So Rama also was feeling the loss of Sita. Anyway, when she kept turning down Ravana, King Ravana, what he said was, I will keep you here for 1 year. So for every day of that year, I will shower you with love. And if after that year I have not won you, and you have not given yourself to me willingly, I will kill you and I will eat you. So she used to go out every day into the orchard, into the garden, and she would sit by a tree. And she would sit by that tree, connecting with the earth, and lean on the tree and just try and get in touch with Rama. So the reason she was so close to trees was that she came from an earth family. So her father came from the earth. Her father was the earth. So she connected very well with trees. So they held her messages. They gave her courage. They gave her strength. They held her. So all of these trees were akasha trees. And akasha trees hold very healing properties. So they help to ground you and to keep you in tune with yourself and to keep you strong and powerful. So no matter what, you will still be okay. Well, Ravana had like a massive amount of wives. So in this harem, he told these wives that they were allowed to mentally torture her to try and make her love him, but they must never physically hurt her. Now these wives all had different faces too, but they had faces of animals. So some may have a face of a fish, another one would have a face of a goat. They were very ugly wives, but she was beauty. So they tried everything. They were saying Rama didn't want her, Rama would never come for her, Rama would never find her, that she will be here, so she should accept the peace of the place, or she would die. So as she sat by this tree every day, this akasha tree in this grove, trying to connect to Rama, Rama started to connect with her. And Rama called on Hanuman. So this is Hanuman, the monkey. So Hanuman can change into different guises, but also into different sizes. So he could get into lots of different places. So Rama gave Hanuman a ring, a golden ring, and inside it said Rama, Rama, Rama. So he said, if she doesn't trust you when you get to her, to let her know that I am here and I am coming and I am connecting with her, show her the ring. As soon as Hanuman got to the grove and talked to Rama, she could see in him the truth. She could feel her love. She could feel her love's energy surround him. She knew her love had come for her, and she reconnected to Rama. So that is the story. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a tree. So we're going to place our left leg down on the floor. We're going to press our big toe and our outside heel nice and firmly down. We're going to let the arch of the foot drop slightly. We're going to slightly bring back the knee, very gently. We're going to lift up our right leg. We're going to bring the knee out to the side and place the foot on the inside of the left knee. Oh, sorry, left leg, not knee, sorry. So you always have your foot either above the knee or below the knee. You never at any time ever place your foot on the knee, because the knee is a joint that can become unstable by putting pressure on it. So you must not put pressure on the knee. So many people would have their trees nice and high, so I like to have mine nice and high up here. So that's what suits me. But you can only have your leg high if you can point your knee out to the side rather than forward. Because it should be in a tree, when you have your leg in place, that if someone looked at you from the side, they wouldn't see the leg that's bent. So if you can't bring your knee out to the side and your foot higher than the knee, you bring your foot lower than the knee. If you have trouble standing on one leg for a long time, you could bring the foot all the way to the floor. So I'll just show you. So you can bring the foot all the way to the floor and have your foot just pointing outward. So this would be one point, this would be the second point, and this would be the third point. Yeah? So make sure that the leg is actually pointing out. It's very important. So if somebody comes and looks this way, you'll be fine. Yeah? So this is where we are with the legs. So now, so you've seen the leg. So we have the leg in the place we want it to be. So there is our leg out to the side, whichever position you want to have it in. You're going to hold your hips nice and straight, face forward, nice wide open hips. You're going to take your hands and you're going to bring them out to the side. You're going to bring your arms up in line with your ears. Place your hands together, bring the elbows out. So your elbows are now in line with your ears. You're going to roll your arms so your back is nice and straight, your chest is open. And you're just going to focus on something in the room. So look at something that's not moving. So it could be a mark on the wall. It could be a statue. Don't look at a candle, because a candle will be moving. So you want to have something that is something you can focus on. So there we are, the tree. So you can have your tree like this. You can have your tree like this. I like to have my tree up. Some people like to have the tree out. There we go, so we're coming back. So we're going to do the other leg now. So while you're in this pose, I want you to think about the story I've just told you. Okay, so your legs up. So you can, if it's easy, you can bring your knee forward first and then place your leg inside. So this is where we are. So you're in place, you have a nice tall spine, you have a neutral chin. Check that your shoulders are not up at your ears, so roll them back so you feel nice and safe. Yeah? Take your hands out, bring them up, nice and in line. And you can be here or you can be here, so whichever suits you. So think now of Sita. So Sita took the power from the tree, the Akasha tree. So as you stand rooted as a tree, bring the energy from the earth up through your legs into your body. Feel the energy, the stability, the strength of that tree. See if you can get any messages from that tree. This is your journey with your tree. It doesn't matter how high your leg is, doesn't matter how long you stand in it. What matters is you get in tune with your tree. You get in tune with your body, and you get in tune with who you are. And you get the strength from that tree. And you feel how that story of Sita and Ravana and Rama works with you in your tree. Namaste.